Welcome to the Talkin Balls Podcast, where a bunch of absolute clowns discuss all the ridiculousness happening in the world of sports. Brace yourself for a hilarious yet surprisingly informative ride. Just a heads up, the opinions shared here are solely our own and probably don't make any sense to normal people. Oh, and be prepared for some colorful language because, let's face it, we're keeping it real. And if you're a youngster, make sure to get permission from your mummy before diving into this madness. P.S. Please don't sue us. We're broke.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Talking Balls. I'm your host, Neil Adams. Joined as always is the very perplexed looking Rob Newman.
That threw me off so much. I wasn't expecting that. It's fine though.
Curtis McCosh and Marc McFadden. How are you, folks?
Good evening. How are you?
How did you get him to record that message for us?
I just gave him a wee ring and he says, mate, I would love to do that.
He's a follower, mate.
Yeah,
Fuck, we're getting bigger than I thought we were. Jesus.
You're right, mate. That's because all the KFCs, mate.
To be fair, like he's on the campaign trail. Like he'll talk to anybody who's listening. You know,
100%. Like
true.
It wasn't hard to get him on. Like, you know what I mean? Biden was like, I want to do it too, and I was like, no, mate.
Then he fell asleep.
Anyway, Trump's already said, buddy. So,
very bare here. What's missing from the screen?
Abbeigh.
No, you haven't got our. Abbeigh is missing. You haven't put our names in. How are people going to know who we are?
The wee thing at the back.
You know, you want me to tell you why I took the names out? Because whenever I was doing the graphics, the names were there, and it really annoyed me and hurt my OCD.
Right.
I meant our individual names along the bottom.
I know, still I can do it. But whenever you put your face in, you just see a wee corner of it and all, and I'm like, oh, that hurts my feelings.
I get you now.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why I introduced you by your second names and everything, just in case anybody didn't know which ones you were.
Yeah, of course.
So for anybody that doesn't know, this one's Rob. To the next, and then we've got Curtis, and then we've got Marc.
I thought you were going to zoom in on him and everything.
I will do that. In the graphic. We've got Cliff Kingsbury, we've got Rance Fitzpatrick, we've got Mike Lennon, and we've got Jason Kelsey.
Who do we have to thank for that shit again?
It was a guy called Chai something. But it was. I'm happy with that. I will take Cliff Kingsbury all day long. You know, I don't know about you, Curtis, with Mike Lennon. I think he's a guy with like the longest neck in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I wonder, can I get a picture of him here just to... Have
you ever seen him? Sorry, Mike Lennon?
Mike Lennon. He used to play for the...
Lennon with a G. He wasn't even NFL, was he?
Oh, shit, Curtis.
He wasn't, was he?
He was. He played for the Jazz. He played for the Bengals.
Did he?
He played for the Bears, I think.
Think of someone else then.
Yeah, you look nothing like Cliff either.
Oh, God. That is not nice. That's not you, Curtis. That's me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's not you.
Present. Have you seen it yet, Curtis?
No.
Is that a human or a giraffe?
There you go. There's a load of them.
Wow.
It's the longest neck in the world.
That is a long neck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
that's going to be like in the Guinness Book of Records or some shit. Like.
Yeah, it's pretty long. Like, I'm near sure him and what do you call the quarterback that used to be at the Texans before CJ Stroud? Davis, is it? Davis something? Or is it David something? Mike Davis, I think his name is. He had a pretty long neck too. But anyway, boys, free agency started yesterday. Oh wait,
Neil, before we go any further, you haven't got Heiberger anywhere. I can't see Heiberger anywhere.
If you had just seen the wee ticker that goes along the bottom, it will say that Heiberger
I'm
is our
reading it
sponsor.
now, but you've got all the other stuff on it. So
just you wait, and then until it goes, and then you can apologize after.
It looks like a low budget news channel, doesn't it?
We are. That's exactly what a podcast is, mate. Did you not know
what do you call that channel that launched there a while? But GB News, you know that one that like Nigel Farage and all was on?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, only green.
Yeah.
Which is
Do you
fair
like it?
enough.
Do you like it?
It looks good.
I can change it to grey if you want. Like,
No,
Well,
the
that
green
looks better.
pops more.
Huh?
I think so. I think the green pops more.
I think the black looks more slick.
I could do a different font.
Change some fonts. Put it on italic. Italic.
Italic.
Italic.
Italic.
This is what this podcast is. Neil just programming shit
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just
while we all comment on it.
usually there's supposed to be like more people here, like because usually we have about 5 people, and then this is the way we're supposed to look, sort of. You know what I mean? Whereas we've only got 4, and we only had 3 last week because numbnuts needed to sleep.
Oh man,
He
it was
just be
knackered.
bed.
That's right.
Needed to be
He
bed.
left us
And
to
then
do
and then
this.
afterwards, after we do the show, he's like, "Well, how'd the show go? You're still awake?"
I know I couldn't even get to sleep. It was awful. And then I had to wake up at like 4 a.m. But anyway, it's fine. Moving on from me.
We're 6
Free
minutes
agency.
in. We're 6 minutes in, and we have not discussed free agency. Free agency happened yesterday with some notable signings from a lot of people. What would be the most famous one? Is Russell Wilson the most famous one out of all that? The best one? The
Or
top one?
Barkley. Derrick Henry. There's quite a
Maybe
few.
Mixon.
Mixon was a strange one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Let's discuss Mixon because that was a strange one. Because the Bengals decided to release Joe Mixon,
And then trade
and
him.
then the Texans traded for him. So I'm like, how does that work?
Your guess is as good as mine, mate.
I think they just decided to backpedal a little bit, and
I think maybe they
They
just
were traded.
lied and said, "No, we didn't really release him. So if you want him, you have to give us a pick for him."
maybe they too have a half-assed editor, and they realized
Wow.
that they put it out and they fucked up. So they decided to bring it back in and change it. You know.
You watch your mouth, boy.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't see them. Joe
That
Mixon.
was a dig.
It was. Look at stupid baldy Kelsey looking basket. Anyway, yeah, Joe Mixon is now at the Texans. Devin Singletary is away to the Giants. He replaces Saquon Barkley. I don't know if that's sort of like an even swap.
And Barkley's away to the Eagles.
Yeah,
Like a
Barkley's away to
domino
the
effect, isn't
Eagles.
it?
But that's what I'm saying. Like the Eagles replaced DeAndre Swift with Barkley, which is an upgrade. That's just be honest about that. Whereas like the Giants replaced Saquon Barkley with Devin Singletary.
Singletary was good when he got carries
Yeah,
last season.
Singletary was good. He's not a Saquon Barkley.
True.
No,
There's not many other players out there that are, to be fair.
but I think maybe they're just going to go maybe a two running back route. Maybe get another running back at the same sort of skill level as Devin Singletary and do like and share the load because they've never done that. They've always just give it to Barkley.
Kind of helps when you have Barkley to do that, though. Very good running back.
He is a very good running back. I think Barkley's going to have an amazing season next year. See if he doesn't get injured. Get going behind a good line, good quarterback. It's going to be like I think it's going to be a Christian McCaffrey-esque season.
I mean, to be fair, the Eagles don't really run the ball an awful lot. Well, with a running back anyway, their QB just runs. So
yeah, but it lightens the load on Saquon Barkley, who was just always given the ball. But you know what I mean, so he's not going to be
Right.
fucking gassed.
True that.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, he's actually gonna have a chance to maybe have a bit of a playoff run now as well, like, which would be good to see because it's one of those things where you're watching a player who's that good, who's just on a below average team, and you never really get
Yeah.
to see the best of them, you know.
Smooth,
we-
Neil.
You like that?
Just turn the music on there, did you?
Yeah, subpar editor.
Half-assed.
Hoping no one would pick that up, were you?
Nobody picked it up. I just turned it down a wee bit.
Just the part where it nearly deafened me when I was in the middle of talking about Saquon Barkley there. I was
So
like,
it's like as soon as you turn it on, it goes straight to the loudest one. You have to turn it down. It's like fuck's sake. But no, I think that's a really good signing for the Eagles. Like very, very good signing.
100%.
And
they got that defensive end we were talking about as well.
it's my feelings because we trained, we friggin' made that man. We made Bryce Huff. And that's
Right.
just a straight swap for Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox, well, he was a defensive end, wasn't he, for the Eagles?
Never heard his name in my life, to be honest with you.
Fletcher Cox is famous, mate, for the Eagles.
Well, he plays for the Eagles, but never really heard of him. I don't really hear much about defensive side of the side players.
And you love defensive players? Defensive
No. McCaffrey.
plays?
That's about it.
I know McCaffrey. I don't know any coaches.
I know some coaches now.
And I have a Ravens top, and I like Testaverde.
No, I don't like Testaverde. It just happens to be in the back of this top, mate. I won on the raffle years ago. I never tell you that, no.
Never. Do you want to tell everybody all about it? What happened?
No, it's good. Well, I bought a raffle ticket, okay, and the
What
ticket
happened,
came out,
Rob?
and I
What
won this
happened?
jersey. I won this jersey. Testaverde.
Wow.
All right, and you haven't took it off
Great
since.
thing. It's stuck now. It's stuck on.
It fucking looks stuck.
It's my second skin layer. That's funny. You fat Cliff something or other, whatever his name is.
Back left. Just go with that.
That clip, I know that's gonna stick. You know, what else happened? Kirk Cousins went to the Falcons.
Aye. Just proving
we
that.
call that? Am I confused? Did we all call that? I can't remember the last time we were speaking.
You mentioned it last week. We were talking about the whole Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Baker Mayfield dilemma,
Yeah.
and I think you mentioned that you could see Kirk Cousins going to the Falcons or the Commanders. I think you mentioned the Commanders as well.
Mm.
yeah,
Maybe the Patriots. I think I said. I think because I see Kirk Cousins at the Patriots and the Falcons, but I couldn't see him at the Steelers or the Ravens. I just couldn't see him there. If you know what I mean, it was just weird. He didn't seem cool enough to be there.
I'm sure he wouldn't be going to the Ravens anyway, would he?
Not the Ravens, sorry, the Steelers and the Raiders.
Oh,
Raiders.
right, Raiders, yeah. Oh,
Was
yes,
like
because he's not cool enough to be in Vegas. Like,
Yeah.
as a person, he's just not. He's too clean cut for Vegas.
Yeah, so it's just that you couldn't see him there gambling and all, and it's just, you know what I mean? Just couldn't see it. But no, and he'd be wearing the number 12 jersey, so he thinks he's Tom Brady now. Or
Then I'll
If
retire
you
that
want-
jersey when Tom Brady left, no?
not at Atlanta, mate. No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Pats, mate. Don't matter. Thought we were talking about Pats, it's fine.
Why would we be talking about the
I
Pats?
don't know. I was daydreaming, it's fine.
Oh, sick. He needs bed again. Did somebody say bed? I want to go
So
bed.
you said he needs fed again.
So did I. I was going to KFC again after this.
Wow. After this and before this, during this.
All the above. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, you know what really surprised me was Cowboys traded away Pollard and didn't pick up one of the top running backs.
Yeah, no, I did see a meme earlier. It was like all the trades happening over the last 24 hours. And then it was the Cowboys trade Pollard and they receive, and it was just a tumbleweed.
I think was it the Cowboys were the only team not to sign a player in free agency?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm getting from it anyway.
Yeah,
It's
so they were the
fucking crazy the amount of trade that has happened over the last week. I'm just looking down NFL's Facebook here. The amount in the last 22 hours. Let me see if I can count them for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm gonna stop. There's a fucking lot.
There was a lot, mate. There was a lot. There's so many.
Who'd be finished
Um,
on that?
Yeah, so the Cowboys traded away Pollard and didn't take up anyone. I'm trying to look and see if there's any actual fancy thing. Oh, the Levante David has re-signed with the Bucks, Curtis, in the last 8 minutes.
Oh, in the last 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
He's got to keep Baker Mayfield as well.
That's
got
not
Baker
actually nailed on yet, is it? That's
Baker Mayfield.
yeah. Is that not
Well,
still?
Well, you
Rumored?
see, everything is all like it's all legal tampering, if you can call it that, but nothing can be confirmed until Wednesday.
Ah, right. Okay.
So it's all like
Deadline, is it?
this is all no. It's sort of like you can talk to players and you can agree stuff, but you can't actually sign and be that player until Wednesday. You know, concrete like it's like what was it? The Will Lutz, the kicker for the Broncos. He was away to the Jags, and that was announced. And then an hour later, he went, "Nah, I'm going to stay at the Broncos." So it's sort of like that sort of thing, whereas they can announce it. They can say the contract and all they've given him, but then he can. Everything we've all posted can all be just go to shit if they just decide to change their mind. So, yeah. Josh Jacobs also went to the Packers. One of the best running backs in the draft or in the free agency.
Yup. Lucky them.
Um,
He wasn't that good last year, to be fair, was he?
You're very, very talkative here. I'm fucking trying to fucking hold this shit together. You're all too busy looking at your fucking phones.
What
and
I'm doing
fucking
right
shit,
now is trying to
looking
get
at
the trades
NFL
up.
shit.
Trying to get the trades up for us.
Steak.
Well, I did just say to you, though, that he wasn't
Yes,
the best
Josh
last
Jacobs.
season. So.
Yeah, he wasn't the best last season. I don't know why he wasn't the best last season or why he didn't really do well. You think without a quarterback, the Raiders would have just handed the ball off to him?
Yeah, but no.
Maybe the rule name was shit.
Core for half the season because they kept getting concussion protocols. So
yeah. Abbeigh thought that the Packers were going to have a great running back room for about 5 seconds until the Packers just went, Aaron Jones, see you later, buddy.
then he went to the Jets and then he went elsewhere because.
Yeah, I was going to say because you're going to get sued soon by them guys over in Ireland for your copyright infringement. Unless you go on that podcast.
We could take on an NFL player in the courts. That's true.
Here, if we got about 10 grand out of them, and you know what we should say to him? Sponsor our team because we already use your logo.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work.
Yeah? Huh?
We'll change the name.
The
Anthem
Anthem
Joneses.
Let's get him to buy the team.
Flipping right. It's selling a heartbeat.
He could buy us a sports club. There's a wee bar and all. Pitch.
Where?
Like-
You freaking form won't let us fucking have one.
He can refurbish the Allen Parkshire, the rugby club.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Would
I've
be.
thought about that whenever I'm dreaming, whenever I'm going to be a millionaire. See my
That's
dreams.
what you're going to do with your money, mate.
That's what I'm going to do with my
Yeah.
money. I'm going to build a stadium for the Jets and just sign players like Wello and Jordan Farrell.
That bar in Antrim's been closed that long, mate. You probably have to knock it down and start again at this point, to be honest. So,
I reckon he's just a wee scrub, a wee bit of damps in her, like, and then she'd be grand. Get rid of
Just a wee
get
bit
a
of-
wee bit of damp out of her.
we've got
Just
a bleach in WD-40.
Oh, why?
Stick a bar in that shed where we get the photos done.
Fuck.
True.
Do that. There's a
Could
clubhouse.
do. Oh, God. Yeah, DeAndre Swift, did we say that? He went to the Bears. Remember I said somebody good's going to go to the Bears? They say it was Derrick Henry or something, and then they're going to go, look what we've got now, Caleb Williams, we've got sort of stuff. And then they get rid of Darnell Mooney, one of their wide receivers.
Has Justin Fields moved on yet, or is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there. Like, nobody's
Still
went for him. Like that's what
Yeah.
he says. I was talking to somebody, and I called the whole Sam Darnold thing. I mean, Sam Darnold's going to end up at the Vikings. And they were like, not a mission. And I was like, he's going to end up at the Vikings. What do you see? And lo and behold, Sam Darnold's now starter for the Vikings. And I'm really, really happy to see that. Because I want to see him start. I want to see if he does well on a good team.
Is he going to
We
be
want-
their starter? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be happy if he balls out, though?
Yeah. I'd be happy. Yeah. Means I can keep my picture up on the wall proudly. With Sam Darnold. I knew that guy before he was famous.
Wonder how Jefferson feels about that.
Jefferson and Jordan Addison.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
True. Wonder how they feel about it, though, because Sam Darnold hasn't actually had a stellar record, shall we say, in his NFL career so far.
Well, he's been at the 49ers. He's learned a lot from Brock Purdy.
How long a minute? You were giving him shit all last season.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's learned so much from that really good quarterback.
So the Vikings are getting a Brock Purdy understudy, and you're
Yes.
buzzing about it.
I'm so happy just to see it happen.
Because there might be a quarterback worse than Zach Wilson this season. Is that what
I
you
can't.
said?
You know what? I would have loved to see Sam Darnold at the Jets again to freaking back up Aaron Rodgers. That'd be nice.
Do you know what though? This wee stint in Minnesota could be Sam Darnold's Baker Mayfield moment. you know what I mean? He signed a 1-year deal. This could be the revival. He could find his place here. So you could be right.
I hope he does. Be nice to see. Lovely wee fella, so he was. Just got ruined by the Jets. Like, there was a whole lot of suck for Darnold's, for everybody, for a load of teams. Like, whenever he was in college, there was suck for Darnold. And it's like, people were losing games in order to be able to pick Sam Darnold in the draft.
Yeah. And
You know what I mean?
the Jets were trying to win, but just awful. So
Just losing anyway, yeah. So other teams are trying to lose, and the Jets were just doing it. Just
I think if you look
forget
back, the Mayfield and Darnold draft, there was Mahomes and Josh Allen.
right, okay, fair.
And Lamar
I was
Jackson.
serious draft that year.
And Lamar
I was
Jackson.
gonna bring up that's some fucking QB draft and draft. Wow, that's impressive. But no, I was gonna say the year that Trevor Lawrence was in the draft, you were talking about the Jets. Oh, they're tanking. They want Trevor Lawrence, and then the one the last 2 games of the season.
You know what it was? It was your stupid fluffing kicker that's now at the friggin' Seahawks. What do you call him? Mars? What a ball
Yeah.
bag. Because you know what was happening? The Rams were going to... he kicked the ball. He was kickoff, and the what do you call it, punt returner was coming back, and he was ready to score a touchdown, cleared everybody, and he was ready to score a touchdown to win that game. And your man, the kicker, tackled him and dropped him, and they didn't get a touchdown. The Jets ended up winning that game, and that's how they end up with a second pick instead of first pick.
For about 6 months, Curtis, I get at him. I was like, "Do you know how bad the Jets are, Neil?" He's like, "How bad?" I was like, "They tried to tank and failed at it." Like, that's how bad they are.
That's true. They can't even tank properly.
Have the Jets managed to pick up anyone? Or did
They
base
picked
on
up
Rodgers?
No.
They don't need anyone. They've got
I
Aaron
have-
Rodgers. They don't.
I can talk all day about the Jets, boys.
They picked up an O-line,
who's the
didn't they?
left? We picked up an O-line. It was the left guard for the Baltimore Ravens, who allowed 1 sack in
All season,
his 17 starts he started last year. So they got him for 2 years. They don't ask me his name. I can't remember offhand. But they picked up Tyrod Taylor from the Giants to back up Aaron Rodgers.
So
That's a great
We'll
pick.
be seeing him in the second quarter of the first game.
No, because this is a general thing. Like, everybody's going around. Now, Orange got injured. The man's been healthy for freaking years. He's picked up an injury. It's just because the Jets' luck. But he'll be grand next year, and everything's going to be fine.
What was it? He tore
We're
his
going to get
Achilles.
new jerseys.
Yeah.
Eh? Who?
So he tore his Achilles, yeah.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's an OAP in the NFL, so he might struggle.
No, he'll be grand. He will be absolutely fine. He's going to play the whole season. Tyrod Taylor will come in every now and again when we're trumping, boys. But that'll be it. But at least we have that backup just in case Aaron does go, you know what, I need a wee rest, mate. Get me my wee pina colada there.
I mean,
We'll
I
finish
hope
this
they
off.
do well. I hope it's a good season for you since your last year as a Jets fan.
No, it's only my last year if they don't make the playoffs or do well. If they upset me this year again, then they're gone.
Is making the
Completely gone.
playoffs? Is that the cutoff? Like if they?
Oh, if they make a playoff, at least I've seen a playoff game in my lifetime.
So like wild card game, is that the cutoff? If they get to the
Oh,
wild card
100
game, you're
Yeah,
buzzing.
even wild card game's great. Yeah, I'm happy enough with a wild card game. Yep, I'll take
Fair
that.
enough.
More than happy with that. But if they have a losing season and flipping do absolutely dog shit, then that's the end of it. That's the end of his Jets. You're
Who
gone.
are
mate.
you going to?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go for like a Kansas City Chiefs or something.
I would.
Jesus.
I would
Seahawks,
love
mate,
it if
Seahawks.
I would love it if like you went for the Kansas City Chiefs like the year they then had their Patriots drop off. Do you know what I mean?
But you
Like,
see that
And
this is what
I know Thingy's still going to be there. I know Mahomes is still going to be there, but it'd just be funny to see.
it would be funny to see, but they're not going to have the drop off while Mahomes is there, unless
No, they're not,
Mahomes
they're
goes fluff this, I'm out, guys, which would probably be the most bizarre thing to happen as soon as I start supporting him.
If he went to
Yeah.
the Jets,
Imagine that. Yeah, he probably would
That
go to
would
the
be-
Jets and ball out.
yeah.
They couldn't afford him.
I reckon if that happened, mate, you'd have a lot of Chiefs fans knocking on your door, like fucking with
Get
it
off
with
our
torch.
fucking team.
Pitchforks.
Oh, here, you know what? I'll probably make a Facebook page or something. Go and pay me to not support the Chiefs.
See See if the NFL really is scripted. I'm gonna send them this. Like, I'm gonna send them this script and be like, please, lads, make it happen.
You know what? Might actually support the Steelers. Steelers might be a good shout. They've got Russell Wilson. They've got marketing rights from Northern Ireland and Ireland. So, I mean, the first team that's probably going to be playing in Ireland is probably going to be the Steelers.
What does that mean then? That they like with them having marketing rights here? What does that mean? What is that?
It means that they can like come over here and do stuff. So the likes of like the Steelers watch party, the like see the way the Jaguars can come over and do Jag tag and things like that there.
Yeah. Right.
So,
okay,
like,
I'm with you.
and because the Jets and the Bears are also with the UK, so that's why they were able to go over and do a flag tournament against the Jets and the Bears flag team over in UK. So they'll be able to do things over here, like have watch parties, like the way the Jags are here, or UK and Ireland. They're going to have a watch party for the draft night. They're going to have their live draft night here in Dublin.
That's cool.
So just stupid things like that there. Like, it's more trying to get support for their team from this whole island, you know. So, but that could be the way forward. You know what I mean? And black slimming as well, you know?
Do you know what? I've always loved the Steelers, like the brand, if you know what I mean? Like the uniforms, the colors, the badge. I've always thought it's a really cool brand. So you could do worse than the Steelers.
And their owners hail from Newry.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
Did not know that.
The Moonies hail from Newry.
Imagine being from Newry and owning an NFL team.
I know, but that's
insane.
why. See, because like the Jaguars went for UK, so it's like England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Ireland. But the Steelers just wanted Northern Ireland and Ireland.
Insane. Did not know that.
They didn't want anything to do with England, Scotland, and Wales. So there you go. Expect big things from the Steelers. It'll probably the Steelers be the Jags at Croke Park. That'll probably be the first game. Pretty cool. Right, it would. So who else have we been talking about? Let me see.
Good question. There's so many. Don't think we've talked enough about Derrick Henry, to be honest. That was
Derrick Henry to the Ravens.
A big one. Quite a bold move for the Ravens to get rid of Marc's favourite Gus Bus and bring in an old stalwart of the NFL.
You know what's weird though? Gus Bus was back up to J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
And J.K. Dobbins got injured for the year and then got starting. But J.K. Dobbins is just going to be there to back up Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And while Gus Bus goes and tries to start for the Chargers.
You know, say last year or last season that Henry was getting older. You thought he was on his way out, didn't you?
I do. I still think that. Yeah. I don't think he's going to be like
signed for like a $50 million deal over the next 3 years.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
No, it's 20 million for 2 years. With 9 million guaranteed.
He's obviously going to struggle to put foot on his feet with that, mate.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. That's not a lot for Derrick Henry. Like,
true.
To be fair, and you know he was a freaking steal. Austin Eckler for the Commanders. I think he only got like, what did he get? Let me see. A 2-year deal worth 11 million. So basically 5.5 million a year for Austin Eckler, who literally 2 years ago was a freaking the best running back in the league.
I know we did nothing last year. Proof
He
in
did.
the pudding. You traded for him, and he did shit.
I know that's what happens, isn't it?
You just need to give up the whole picking of teams and players.
I know. That kind of hurts my feelings, by. Gabe Davis is now away to the Jags.
Yep. He'll be good there, I think.
Yeah, but Calvin Ridley's still
the Jags definitely needs fucking something, man.
Well, Calvin Ridley is still there, and I don't know what's going on there. Like,
yeah, we need two
I don't know whether I think he's saying that he wants to stay there, but if I'm reading everything, like the only team that's really interested in Calvin Ridley is the Patriots, and he doesn't want to go there.
Don't blame him.
Because I don't know why. Michael Pittman Jr. is away is staying with the Colts. And the big news, Baker Mayfield agreed to terms with the Bucks, mate.
That's the big news. That is the big news.
That is the big news. Are you happy with that, Curtis?
Yeah, no, I'm buzzing. I'm actually genuinely buzzing about that. I reflected on my comments last week about Russell Wilson, and I thought I'd still rather.
I hope Baker doesn't hear that, because I love that guy.
You love who?
No, that's what you were reflecting, going. I hope Baker doesn't hear my comments from last week, because I love him.
Yeah, no, I'm genuinely buzzing. I think he's everything just clicked, and I think the main parts of the Bucks team that got us to the playoffs last year are pretty much staying. Like Winfield Jr. got slapped with a franchise tag there, so he's there for at least another year. Mayfield's there, albeit for 3 years. Godwin and Evans as well. So like the main pieces of the machine are there, and if we can add anything else in the draft, like there's a good chance we could be heading back to the playoffs. So yeah, buzzing.
No, happy days. You know what else was a wee bizarre one for us? That was like, where did this come from? Jaguars trading for Mac Jones.
Yeah,
that is a weird one. Yeah,
that was for a 6th round pick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
They overpaid, like.
I was gonna say that doesn't say a whole lot about Mac Jones, like, but
we haven't really seen Mac Jones in a like. Bill Belichick's always been a very defensive-minded coach.
Yeah.
Like, even with Tom Brady, there it wasn't a massively high-scoring offense, you know. So we haven't seen him in a proper, offensive coaching setup. So
there was times there was games where he showed what he can do. To be fair, like he might be a solid backup.
Yeah.
For a team like you remember that game they were down and he can. No, sorry, that was the Jets. I'm thinking of the Jets. No, mate, shit. Sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah. He's pretty shit. What was I going to say?
He's not shit. There was a couple of games where he showed what he could do, but like that, the Patriots team overall is bad, so you can't blame him for that.
Yeah. And also they didn't have a good play caller either. He also regressed under the new offensive coordinator that was there. I can't remember who he was called. I think he's away back to. He got sacked, and he's away back to college football. So, but no, Mac Jones. I never rated Mac Jones. Even whenever he was in college, I was watching, because usually when the draft comes, I do a wee bit of research on players and all that, carry on and look at people. And I was looking at Mac Jones when he was in college, and even his spiral all just looked weird. The way he threw the ball didn't look like he was professional. He was going to be a professional player, but he played for a good team. But I just never seen him as a good quarterback ever. And then he went to the Patriots, and I think he had one good year, and then everything went to shit. But oh god, it's just him and Zach Wilson. I said him and Zach Wilson are never going to be starting for a team ever again. Like, let's say they're now backups in the NFL, if even, maybe starters in the UFL. But that would be about it.
But you never know. Like, look at what happened to Aaron Rodgers this year. Like, they could be ended up back as starters for a season. So,
well, that is the only way they'll probably be a starter. Yeah. Is if him going to the Jags will probably be if Trevor Lawrence gets fucking injured. Like, but we're looking at the offensive side of the ball. I'm trying to look at defensive, but not like. I'm like Rob. Defensive players are not, unless they're super famous, they don't really stand out to me.
The only one I really noticed was that defensive tackle for the Chiefs. Is it Ford or something like that? They locked him up. I can't remember his name. I'm trying to find it. Jones.
Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Chris Jones is now got a 5-year deal with $95 million guaranteed.
Yeah. So he's been locked up now, and that's a new big defensive sort of thing I've seen, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's a guy, Xavier McKinney from the Giants, and went to the Packers. But Gardner Minshew to the Raiders, that's another weird one.
Alright, he'll be starting.
Alright, but I didn't think he was ever going to. I thought he was going to go to the team as a decent backup, but I didn't think he was going to be going as a starter anywhere. I thought the Raiders were going to try and get Fields.
I thought the Raiders would have tried to get Wilson as well. Wilson or Fields. But
Yep.
no.
Jacoby Brissett is away to the Patriots.
Yes.
He'll be there while a young player that they draft, because they have the 3rd overall pick, so they'll draft one of the quarterbacks, because it's a big quarterback draft this year. They'll obviously draft one of the quarterbacks, and then he'll fade it out with Jacoby, not the RG Jacoby. No, I think that's everything. Have we missed anything, guys? Anything you want to talk about there?
I was trying to. I'd seen somewhere earlier that JJ Watt was coming out of retirement. Did you see that?
For what?
Apparently he's coming out of retirement. As I was just trying to find the post there to see it.
Nah, he's held together by nuts and bolts at this point, mate. I don't see him going out of
He's
retirement.
freaking is he not like half chairman of the fucking Burnley?
Is it? Not sure about that.
Sports Illustrated.
That's right. He did buy Burnley, didn't he, or something? Or
He
like,
bought. He's like he's one of the shareholders anyway of Burnley.
For Burnley Football Club.
Yeah.
Wow, how random! I did not know that. Like,
well, sure. Like it's like thingy. It's like Tom Brady is like owner of Birmingham City.
Football Club.
Yeah.
Also didn't know that. That's
So-
mad.
Joe Flacco owns or is like a part owner of like Shamrock Rovers or something in Dublin.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. The Birmingham one's funny because they had a decent manager in, and they were sitting like 5th in the league at the start of the season. Then Tom Brady
got
and his
Wayne
group
Rooney.
bought it, sacked the manager, brought in Wayne Rooney, and ended up losing the next. Was it like 10 games in a row
It
or
was like
something?
10 games in a row. Like,
And they
he lasted
fell
10
down to like
games.
relegation. It was just, it was like the perfect example of the way not to do it. It was great to see.
Yeah.
Love seeing
Maybe
that.
they'll pick Bill Belichick up in the off season.
Bill Belichick, the
Imagine-
manager of Birmingham City.
Yeah, they wouldn't concede.
Do you remember that happened? Did that not happen once? Whenever an England rugby manager won the World Cup, and he ended up going into coach.
Clive Woodward.
Yeah, he
Did
got
he-
coach football.
I don't think he went to coach football. Did he not end up in like as like a director of football role or something like that? I can't remember. I could be wrong. I think
I'm
he
not
went
sure.
into like the boardroom somewhere.
Yeah, he
I
was
thought
looking
so,
at a
yeah.
manager's role, like, and I don't think anyone ever gave him it, but there was like talk of him being a manager of a team because he won the World Cup with England.
I thought you were going to bring up Ted Lasso there because he went from American football to the Premier League and for
Well, there you go.
Richmond
Just goes to
FC.
show. Just goes to show it can
TV.
happen.
TV show, mate. TV show. You not seen it, though?
Unbelievable TV show.
Such a good show. You should watch it.
I've
Incredible.
never watched it. I'm rewatching Game of Thrones at the minute because the new House of Dragon. I'm going to watch Game of Thrones again, and I'm going to watch House of Dragon, and then the new House of Dragon should be ready to rock and roll.
Well, have you not watched the first season of that yet? No.
I have, but I want to rewatch everything so that everything's fresh in my mind for whenever the new season comes.
Fair enough. No,
So
I don't know if I can watch Game of Thrones again. That last season just hurt my feelings.
Yeah, well, probably well, maybe not. Maybe just leave the last season.
Yeah, pretend it
Finish
happened.
on high on the 7th, yeah.
Yeah, just leave it on the 7th and then just start on the thing. But no, boys, that's us for another episode of Talkin Balls.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll get me Rob to bed because he's tired now because he actually has to go to work instead of just sitting in his wee office.
Excuse you. I have been nothing
Yes,
but
ma'am.
energetic.
No, you haven't. Sitting there yawning.
I didn't yawn once. If I did, send proof.
Oh well. It's on camera, bitch. Anyway,
Hello, and there was no yawning.
we will see you later. Mark, it was a pleasure talking to you. Did you talk once during this whole thing or what? I can't even remember. You just
I don't know
look
why
at
you're
your
getting
phone all
Robert for being tired. I am absolutely fucking shattered.
the time. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's another one. We're a lot of tired old folks. So we'll see you next week for another episode of Talkin Balls.
Sweet.
See you
Cheers,
later.
guys.